Of the day, Brian Taylor of Richmond. Robert Wiley of Richmond. Rod Ashman of Carlton.
They're looking all right now. Carlton, as Ashman takes that one. A shot for goal. It looks good again. Another goal for the Blues. And the Blues have hit the front again.
Gerard Healy of Melbourne.
Beautiful hand pass across to Healy. Healy goes forward. 2 points, a great goal by Gerard Healy. Hamilton player
Rene Kink of Collingwood.
Rene Kink comes through with a long left foot kick up towards the goal. A beautiful kick by Rene Kink. Full point.
Chris Dalkin of Collingwood.
A good piece of play. Dalkin taps the ball forward. It goes past, and Dalkin comes on again. The left foot kick from Dalkin. It's a beautiful piece of football. Chris Dalkin, a wonderful goal.
Mark Hennebury of Collingwood.
Has been quiet. A beautiful handball to Mark Hennebury, who can run through the centre with 2 bounces. Steady, dummies the handball. Beautifully done by Mark Hennebury. He could goal here. There's a long drop punt into the square. He's goal. What a goal!
Tony Elshaw.
Into a tackle, gets it wide to Elshaw. Elshaw the snap towards goal. It's a beautiful goal from Tony Elshaw. He's third. Now the ball to go on.
Robert Flower of Melbourne.
He's given away the free kick. He was manhandling his opponent. Robert Flower gathers the ball in, drives it towards the goal line, and that makes an end to his previous miss.
Handball out.
Mike Richardson of Collingwood.
In towards Richardson. He's dummy. Caught. Gets up again. Shoots towards goal. He missed a minute ago. He's got it.
Gary Sidebottom.
Back towards
Fitzroy.
He's beaten for pace there by Chris Mew, who's playing well. Hand pass on, taken away by Sidebottom. This is good football. Fires at the goals, a beautiful goal. Kicked by Gary Sidebottom.
Michael Byrne, Hawthorn.
Big Michael Byrne, cleverly onto the left foot. Hooks it back at the goals. This is a beautiful kick.
That's a magnificent
It's a goal, a top goal kicked by Michael Byrne.
Peter Russo, Hawthorn.
One out to Russo. Russo will snap on the left foot. It swings back. It's a goal. That's a good goal, Peter Russo. He's got a chance.
Dermot Brereton of Hawthorn.
Back, he's got the hands on it, lost it. Been picked up by Brereton. He's going to snap it, goal. Hooks it back, and the umpire said it's a goal. Right up there.
Peter Swab, Hawthorn.
A clever hand pass across to his teammate there in Swab. A very high kick goes through for a goal, in fact, by Paul Roos.
Michael Conlon of Fitzroy.
His own on this occasion, ducks around, gets away with great strength. Now, what will he do here? Now, will he kick one of these miraculous goals? He's on that 30 forward pocket. He fires it. He's kicked it.
Dennis Lenihan, Geelong. Dennis Lenihan of Geelong again. One of the best goals from yesterday's round. 1 goal to be selected by our commentators for goal of the day and the $100 award. Ross Christensen of Footscray. Phil Cracker of North Melbourne. And Greg Peckham of St Kilda. Goal of the day, gentlemen.
Well, Sam, what did you think about those?
Some of the marks yesterday. Ken Hunter for Carlton. Ken Hunter of Carlton again.
Coming across there. Another mark to Hunter. Richmond do
Michael Roach of Richmond.
The ball back out there towards Roach. Got up too early. Couldn't hold the mark. He's trying to claim it.
Gets a lot of
Ken Hunter of Carlton.
That's a great mark to Hunter.
Outside
Jimmy Jess of Richmond.
For both teams. Is that there? Jimmy Jess. And what a mark to Jimmy Jess.
David Glascott of Carlton.
From Richmond. Oh, Glascott. Mark right over the top of the big fella. Mark Lee, the mark of the day.
Ken Hunter of Carlton.
Up towards centre field. Hunter! What a mark!
Shot for
Brian Taylor of Richmond.
Taylor at the back. Couldn't hold that. Oh, he might have got that. He's paying it.
Was here the ball.
Chris Dalkin of Collingwood.
Up high, and a lovely mark taken by Chris Dalkin.
Mark Williams of Collingwood.
Richards kick. Oh, Williams in front. Goes long with a drop punt in towards the square. Plenty of flow. What a mark!
That was Robert Flower of Melbourne. Flower again for Melbourne.
A beautiful hook shot back towards
Graham Hitchin of Fitzroy.
Graham Hitchin.
Michael Moncrief of Hawthorn.
Moncrief.
Gary Buckenara of Hawthorn.
Backline, the big hole. And a magnificent mark.
Bernie Quinlan of Fitzroy.
At the Junction Oval, there's a good mark over the top to Bernie Quinlan.
Rod Blake of Geelong. Great mark. Brian Peake of Geelong. The Holden mark of the day. $100 for the mark of the day and a magnificent Holden car for the mark of the year. Jeff Cunningham of St Kilda. Brian Peake of Geelong. And now Jeff Cunningham of St Kilda. And it will be Jeff Cunningham of St Kilda again. And our World of Sport commentators for the $100 mark of the day. The mark of the day, of course, for this week we include last Sunday's match at the Sydney Cricket Ground. And there's Paul van der Haar for Essendon. We're looking now for Tony Morwood of the Swans. There it is.
Tony Morwood. Good.
And now Wayne Bettison of Essendon.
There. Long kick at goal by Hurd. Bettison. Oh, what a mark!
Simon Madden of Essendon.
Looking for Madden.
And now on to yesterday's matches, Robbie Flower of Melbourne.
Half forward. Flower, a glorious mark by Flower. And drives
Peter Moore, Melbourne.
Towards half forward. Peter Moore up high, taking a fine mark.
Michael Seddon, Melbourne.
Long kick. Williams was there, but what a great grab that was by Seddon.
Now,
Mark Buckley, Carlton.
Toward the goals again. They all fly high. Buckley can take some good marks, can't he?
Now they've got
Jimmy Edmund, Footscray.
There. Up go the arm.
Great mark.
Great mark by Jimmy Edmund.
Well, that one's out there.
Doug Hawkins, Footscray. The Bulldogs really flying high yesterday.
Second quarter, the ball back out there towards the half-back line. Up gets Wells.
Philip Walsh of Collingwood.
Played a pretty good game.
Skipper's shot.
Tony Shaw, Collingwood.
Centre field.
Jeff Miles, Collingwood.
Towards Taylor. That was a great
Our World of Sport commentating panel, the mark of the day, gentlemen.
Well,
Robert Wiley of Richmond.
Has a chance now to put a full screw on the board. Wiley's kick goes right through the centre. A lovely goal, Robert Wiley.
Russell Richards of Melbourne.
This is taken by Richards as he bounces his way through the centre. Look at the pace of Richards. 3 bounces. He'll shoot towards goal. The long kick by Richards. He's got it.
Ian Williams, Footscray.
Got the ball out towards Williams. Williams steps at the goal. It's a goal. In the centre of the
Rod
ground.
McPherson, Footscray.
McPherson 45 metres out, lunge onto the left foot, now straightens up on the right foot, fires at the goals, it's swinging. A magnificent goal. Forward for the Cats.
Brian Peake, Geelong.
Knocked away from him, picked up by Brian Peake, a former Cats captain, into the goals. In fact, that's not a bad sort of a shot, it could be through. Goal.
The side of the boot again. He's at
Craig
about
Davis,
4 of those.
Collingwood.
Coming in to meet it is Davis. He's got a clear run away from Ziegler. Should have a running shot at goal. Let's see the result of this one. They badly need it. And he's put it through Davis.
John O'Neill, Collingwood.
O'Neill loses that one. There's a go now for O'Neill. A great battle for the Magpies. Going to have a running shot at the goals. Can he make the distance? It's coming around. It'll be nice. Kick a beautiful kick by O'Neill. By a
Robert Neal, Geelong.
Neal's got it. He's going to decide to play on the boundary line. A running shot for goal. This could be dangerous. Not a bad sort of a kick. It's a goal, I would say.
That's the goal of the day.
Well, who said football's not as good as it used to be?
well,
Durham of Collingwood.
Better watch the full forward position.
Jeff Miles of Collingwood.
Good defensive mark pass, but finally
And
went for
Ricky
a kick
Barham
out.
again.
Oh, there's a race now. Oh, there's
A racehorse. By Philip Walsh, number 41.
Walsh and a screamer.
With the centre half forward position by Williams.
John
It's down
O'Neill.
for O'Neill. He's got the mark.
Beautiful kick.
And Noel. The goals of the day for our World of Sport commentators to decide on the goal of the day. That one was from Graham Landy of Richmond, now Robert Wiley of Richmond.
Wiley can't pick it up cleanly. He's got it now. He spins around, hooks it back overhead, and it's another Richmond goal, I think. Yes.
Kevin Bartlett of Richmond. He kicked a few yesterday, and here's one of them.
It's a slip one through from the pocket. It's a goal.
Wayne Schimmelbusch for North Melbourne.
It's on target.
Neil Cordy for Footscray.
And they've had most of the free kicks they've been playing in front. He's put it through. Goal. Matthews.
Terry Wallace for Hawthorn.
Wallace. Over his head. Goal!
As he should. Not a very good
For
kick.
Footscray, Robert Groenewegen.
Groenewegen picks it up nicely. A running shot for goal. And he's put it for
The mark on the half-forward line. Mark Hanbury runs
Mark
around
Hanbury
Nagle.
for Collingwood.
It's a lovely-looking kick goalward. And it ends at 4 points.
Wayne Batterson, or Wayne Batterson of Essendon.
Danaher. No, it's Batterson. It's Batterson's kick. It could be a goal.
Philip Walsh for Collingwood.
Philip Walsh. Walsh puts a nice-looking kick forward, right through the centre. Lovely goal by Philip Walsh.
Robert Neal for Geelong. We're looking at the goals selected for our commentators to look at to decide on the goal of the day. Here comes the goal from Neal of Geelong. Alan Jarrett of Melbourne. Les Bamblett of Melbourne. Gerard Healy of Melbourne. Gerard Healy of Melbourne again. Mike Conlon of Fitzroy. And again, Mike Conlon of Fitzroy. Right, from our World of Sport commentators now, the goal of the day.
Well, Bob and Pete, the goals seem to be getting better each week, don't they?
Right, here are the marks our commentators are looking at to select the mark of the day. That's Michael Roach of Richmond. Kerry Good of North Melbourne. Phil Cracker for North Melbourne.
Here it is, Phil Cracker. Oh, beautiful mark taken by Phil Cracker.
Out from goal.
Keith Grigg,
Gregg's going to fly.
North Melbourne.
Beautiful mark for Keith Grigg. Taken away by
Jim Edmund, Footscray.
towards the right half forward flank, and a beautiful mark.
Gary Buckenara, Hawthorn. Dermot Brereton,
Brereton. Beautiful.
Hawthorn.
difference. And the
Andrew
Hawks do it
Purser,
in the game. As the ball
Footscray.
goes up there, there's beautiful mark taken.
Dermot Brereton of Hawthorn.
McPherson.
Brian Royal of Footscray.
The ball forward. Merritt up high.
Robert Merritt of Essendon.
Half forward.
Terry Danaher, Essendon.
And Mr. Danaher.
Rod Owen of St Kilda. These are the marks our commentators are considering for mark of the day. Robert Elphingston of St Kilda. Tony Lockett of St Kilda. Silvio Fascini of St Kilda. Peter McConville of Carlton. Robert Flower of Melbourne. Peter Giles of Melbourne. Bernie Quinlan of Fitzroy. And Grant O'Reilly of Fitzroy. Gentlemen, the mark of the day.
Well, Jack and Sam, Jack, they say that football's deteriorate.
And he gets this one.
Teammate Dennis Lenigan up against his old club.
Picked up by Lenigan, a step for goal. It might be all right. Yes, a goal. The ball is kicked.
Carlton's David Glascott coming over the top.
And there's a great mark taken there by Glascott. Runs on as a flying shot at goal.
Back to the Cats and Rod Waddell receiving from Reed.
Little fella's off the ex-Carlton player, runs to an open goal and fires. And it's a beautiful goal by Waddell. It's goal number 2.
Now Stephen Reynolson.
Back to Blake again. Now Reynoldson's turn. Can they get a goal, Geelong? He snaps. It's coming around. It's a goal. It's a goal.
Blake.
And Andrew Buse.
Featherby. What sort of a kick was that? Out comes, I think, that Buse. Steadies. He's kicked 2 already. He's a real goal sneaker. That looks pretty good. It's a goal.
It didn't rain goals for Footscray, but Jimmy Sewell kicked a beauty.
Made a mistake on that occasion, though, because he kept the ball in play. Sewell goes forward. Forward zone.
To Collingwood and Rene Kink.
The ball comes to the front of the pack. Kink gets the ball moving quickly. That's a goal, I think.
foot. Up
North
towards
Melbourne's
McDonald.
Wayne
He's
Schimmelbusch.
underneath the ball, nearly got it, grabbed by Shimmer. Hooks at the goals. It's a high one. I think it's through. Up
His
it goes to
teammate,
North
Jimmy
Melbourne's
Cracker,
half-forward line.
stealing
Fixed
it.
on this occasion by Jim Cracker. He shoots it goal with the left foot, and he's put it through for another North Melbourne goal.
Out of Moorabbin and St Kilda's Robert Elphinstone. A long goal. For Fitzroy, Peter Francis. Receiving from Paul Roos. A long goal. Jackos kicked 15 in 2 weeks. And there's one of them. And Bernie Quinlan has kicked 10 yesterday. Here's one of those. St Kilda are confident about this young man making a big future in league ranks, Dean Sharon. Mickey Conlon rarely out of goal of the day. There's a great left foot snap. Back with Dean Sharon again, wearing the number 51 Guernsey for the Saints and just curling it round beautifully. To Richmond and Hawthorn now, Ian Sartori. And to Melbourne and the Swans, Brian Wilson had a field day. He kicked 7. And here is one of those 7. Eluding 3 players and goal. The opposition, Craig Brady of the Swans. On the boundary line. And no mistake. Wilson, as I said, kicked 7. And here's another one. Waiting down in front of the pack, snapping truly over the shoulder. Plenty of goals there, Louis.
Certainly plenty of great goals.
And the big men fly. Firstly from Geelong, Bernard Toohey. Great one-hander.
Put his head down.
Wayne Harms now of Carlton. Running the wrong way.
And Berwick once
Peter
again gets the
Bozasto.
ball back there. Oh, there's Bozasto. He's going to play that mark, and there's a screamer.
High to full
Mark
forward.
McClure.
At the back, McClure. That's a mark, surely.
Out of half.
Bernard Toohey.
Down to Glasgow. Oh, there's a great mark in defence. Taken there by Toohey. Better watch
Take
these
2,
centre
Peter
wing position
Bozasto.
Players by. Oh, there's a Bozasto again. He's already kicked by for either
Take
side.
3, Peter Bozasto.
Up the handball he duds towards Egan.
Ian
Over
Williams.
The top and a great mark, Ian Williams. Half forward line.
Jimmy Edmund.
Jimmy Edmund's the fly.
His teammate, Stan Davidson, running the wrong way. Great
The wrong
mark.
way was taken by Stan Davidson quickly.
Well, there's
Ricky
the kick from
Barham,
Hanbury
the
coming
slider.
right out towards the half-back line. A beautiful diving mark. Is that wide?
Mike
Looking
Richardson
there
had a
for
great
Richardson.
game yesterday.
And he's taken a beautiful mark wide up towards
For
the
North
pocket.
Melbourne, Jimmy Cracker.
And a beautiful mark.
A good kick where
Bruce Abernethy.
Fly high. The man in front to take that mark.
Dean Sharon, the newcomer for the Saints. Greg Burns. St Jacko. Michael Roach of Richmond. Peter Knights of Hawthorn. Brian Wilson had a great display yesterday. Here's one of his marks. And here's another one. In the square, great mark. Gentlemen, there they are. Some great marks yesterday. Firstly, Jeff Miles of Collingwood.
Over the top, a beautiful mark indeed to Miles. Left foot
His skipper,
to the
Mark
ball,
Williams.
over the top of Egan, a chance for Williams, yes. Good mark.
Footscray's Jim Edmund.
Oh, great mark. That was Jimmy Edmund. And hooks it
Number
back
44 for
towards
Collingwood,
the
Mark
centre,
Lawson.
and Lawson takes a screamer over the top.
Greg Phillips.
Beasley nudged Phillips out and nudged him right into the ball. It's a long kick.
Essendon's Paul van der Haar.
And a great mark by van der Haar. Puts it towards centre
His
half
captain,
forward.
Terry Danaher.
Danaher over the top. A great mark, high floating kick.
Gary Foulds now of
One that
Essendon.
forwards light. It's a great mark by Gary Foulds.
Number 27, Simon Madden.
Kick. Oh, Madden. As long as they keep
For
on
Fitzroy,
doing this,
Grant
Fitzroy
Laurie.
Jump at the back is Laurie, nearly a mark.
Played it round last year.
Geelong, Stephen Reynolson.
Oh, good mark to Reynolds, but
In the last
Fitzroy's
quarter.
Gary Sidebottom.
There we see Sidebottom, and that Sidebottom plays on.
The Cats
ball
again,
under the
Ian
half-forward line now
Nankervis.
for Fitzroy. Nankervis, that's Ian Nankervis with a great mark. And
Fitzroy youngster, Paul
Everett
Roos.
comes up now, must have been in the middle of them all. Oh, that's a beautiful mark taken there by Roos. Player, the ball
And
back in
Fitzroy
the play
again.
by Jeffries, back
Richard
towards centre
Osborne.
field. That's a great mark taken by Osborne there.
North Melbourne import, Kim Hodgman. 2 grabs, but he's got it. Now Peter Knights of Hawthorn. Gary Dempsey of North Melbourne. Juggling at the back of the pack. His teammate, Peter Jonas. And for the Saints, Silvio Fascini. And the greatest Saint of them all, Jacko. With the Woods yesterday, Mike Richardson in front of goal. The right foot snap. Then he does it again, receiving from Philip Walsh.
High. And this could be a goal to Michael Richardson. It is.
His teammate, Peter Dacos.
Stewart. Dacos walks. He's going to have a shot for goal. He's made 10 to 15 metres, and now he shoots from the boundary line. That's a good goal.
Now to the MCG and Wayne Otway of Essendon.
Otway swoops on it, snaps, and the goal on fire. There's a great goal.
His captain, Terry Danaher.
Could go over the top, in fact does. Otway slips but recovers. Back he goes again to Danaher, who goes long in towards goal. Vander watches it sail through.
Blake and Sidebottom.
Now Geelong, Rod Waddell, number 6.
Waddell, a snapshot at goal. That's going pretty close. What's he done with it? Goal. Knocked
His
away by
teammate,
Serafini, who's doing a
former
great job
Carlton
down there at
teammate, Dennis
fullback.
Lenigan.
Lenigan streaming into goal. That'll go pretty close. And he's put it through for 4 points.
Fitzroy now, Lee Carlson.
Carlson streaming goalwards. It should be Fitzroy's first score of the quarter. Carlson in towards the full forward. For goal. Lions lead
Rod
by.
Waddell again
Knocked
for
away by
Geelong.
Yates. Waddell streaming forward and a long shot at goal. That's going close. In fact, that's a great shot at goal.
Really out of goal of the day, Mickey Conlon.
Pass, and that's effective. Back to Conlon again. He gets it from Herbert. And here he goes on another run. He gets clear of Card. A shot at goal.
Geelong again, Tim Darcy.
Back to Reid. Threw it out to Peake. A snapshot at goal by Darcy. Is pretty close. Goal!
Now to Hawthorn, North Melbourne, Graham Atkins. Great snap in the pocket. Gary Buckenara was in the goals again yesterday. Here's one of his. Philip Cracker had a good game yesterday. Straight through the middle. Kim Hodgman, number 17 for North Melbourne, kicked 5 goals. He's one of his 5. To the Saints and the Demons, Rod Owen of St Kilda. Another youngster wearing the number 51 Guernsey is Dean Chiron. We saw him last week. Mark Jackson kicked 4. Here's one of them. And for the Demons, Gerard Healy. Some good snaps there today, gentlemen. Bobby Dale.
Thanks, Adam.
Right, commentators to name one goal of the day. This is Russell Shields of Hawthorn.
And that's what he's done. He's put it right through the middle.
Great goal. Half forward.
Peter Knights of
Knights
Hawthorn.
is the flyer with Perovic. A chance for Hunter. Knights recovers well. He's burning at half forward. Knights, he could go from there and be straight enough. Puts it through. Well played, Peter Knights. Knights in the middle of
Michael Moncrief, Hawthorn.
Over his shoulder. Snapshot. Close. And a goal. Certainly be hoping
Wayne
to make the
Bettison,
final five
Essendon.
this year as the ball comes loose. It's a snap at the goal. That was a great kick for goal. That half back line. Seddon is there.
Robert Flower for Melbourne.
Good. Taken away by Flower. He fires at the goals. He's kicked it. Watson. Hand pass
Michael
to
Thompson for Essendon.
Thompson's got it though. Oh, that was nearly out of bounds, but he's kicked a miraculous goal. Great goal
Brian Peake, Geelong.
The mark has been taken by Mossop. No, it hasn't. Play on by Peake, and he's kicked his third.
Kim Hodgman, North Melbourne.
Hodgman at the back. In trouble, out of trouble, in trouble, out of trouble. Shot for goal, and a great goal, Kim Hodgman. It's interesting.
Dennis Lenihan, Geelong.
Has gone for a shocking pass. Put Lenihan in awful strife on the boundary line. If he kicks this, should be made the mayor of Geelong.
He's out with it.
Michael Cole, Geelong.
Back to Cole. Great pass to tackle. The left foot kick from Cole could be a goal. It is a goal. A lovely piece of football by Michael Cole.
Robert Wiley, Richmond. These are the goals that are being looked at by our commentators to pick the goal of the day. Robert Wiley of Geelong. Morris Rioli, Richmond. Robert Wiley from Richmond. Morris Rioli from Richmond. Silvio Fascini, St Kilda. Bruce Duper-Ruzel for Footscray. David McMahon, Fitzroy. And for Footscray, Brian Royal. Gentlemen, your goal of the day.
Well, Crackers, you are one of the great goal kickers.
Right, let's go for the mark of the day. One of these marks to be selected by our commentators to qualify for the end of season. Here's Michael Moncrief.
That's a great mark.
Justin Maddens was the first. Here's Mark Buckley.
There by Mark Buckley.
Mike Fitzpatrick now for Carlton.
Mike Fitzpatrick, great mark.
This match.
Peter Bosustow for Carlton.
Is it the pack fly? Who's got that? Bosustow. What a great mark.
Paul Vanderhaar, Essendon. Phil Cracker, North Melbourne.
Phil Cracker from behind. Takes them up. The wing.
Paul Jeffries, Geelong.
Takes a lovely mark. Nice
Bruce Abernathy, North Melbourne.
Abernathy up in a beautiful mark.
Ross Glendenning, North Melbourne.
Behind. Really had the back pocket.
Gary Dempsey, North Melbourne.
Dempsey, a beautiful mark.
Morris Rioli for Richmond. Commentators assessing these marks and will select one mark for the mark of the day. Alan Sidebottom, St Kilda. Paul Morwood, St Kilda. Glenn Brown, St Kilda. Simon Beasley, Footscray.